What is going on, guys? This is Elijah here for Recaps, and today I am back with another Carolina Panthers video. And the NFL Draft is officially over for the 2022 NFL Draft. The Carolina Panthers draft grade from the PFF, or Pro Football Focus, is finally here, and the Panthers draft grade is A. So honestly, pretty good drafting, despite that not only having the second round pick, the third round pick, and of course they traded their fourth round pick for Matt Corral in the third round because they didn't have a second round and a third round, which kind of stunk because we definitely needed a second round draft pick to get a player. But overall, the draft grade was a grade A. It's pretty impressive this year. The fact that they got one of the best left tackles in the college football league, and of course they got one of the best quarterbacks as well, Matt Corral, and then the rest was history after that. So let's go ahead and go through the draft picks that they had. For the draft picks, let me zoom in on this a little bit. No, I don't want that. All right. So here are the draft picks. They didn't draft a wide receiver, but they drafted Akeem Iwanu for the first round, and the sixth pick is an offensive tackle, and of course Matt Corral with a third round, 30th pick from Ole Miss. And of course, Brandon Smith from Penn State, the fourth round, 15th pick, and he's an inside linebacker. And of course, Amari Barno from Virginia Tech, who's like an edge rusher slash outside linebacker type of player. And of course, Cade Mays. Honestly, I actually wanted a Cade Mays because Cade Mays was not that bad at Tennessee. And of course, hey, we got an offensive guard, so that's impressive. For we got a tackle, and of course, we got a guard. Still, I think the Panthers need to go after a center. Pat Effling is okay, not that great, but he's still going to be pretty good in my opinion. Or, no, never mind. He's still average and still decent at the center. And of course, as you guys know, that Matt Rule, out of all people, probably Scott Fitter said, all right, they're done. And of course, it's the seventh round. And of course, Matt Rule waits the last round, which is funny, to draft a Baylor guy because he's got to go with Baylor dudes or Temple players. But honestly, the Kalen Barnes dude ran like a 4.29 or something like that, so that's impressive for a defensive back. So not a bad pickup in the seventh round, but still it's a Baylor player. So we all know the jokes here with Matt Rule and Baylor players or Temple players also. So as well, here are the free agents that were the 12 free agents that were signed after the draft that didn't go drafted, which is wide receiver Charleston Rambo from Miami. That's crazy. Miami and Texas were the majority of the only two schools that I know that didn't get picked at all in the NFL draft, which was crazy to even think about because it's Texas, and Texas is like the state of Texas is like the godfather of football. So I mean, that's just wild to me that none of the players from Texas or Miami didn't get drafted in this year's draft class. All right, and then of course this was kind of weird from Elon Davis-Cheek, even though it's kind of weird because they already drafted a quarterback. So linebacker Kalen Tolson from Illinois, tight end Josh Babbigs. That's kind of a weird last name. I don't know how to pronounce that. And of course, the defensive tackle Marquand McCall from Kentucky, and wide receiver Andrew Parchment from Florida State, and wide receiver Derek Wright from Utah State. And of course, okay, I'm probably going to butcher this name, wide receiver Talolo Lamu Jones. Okay, I probably butchered that whole name. And of course, we got, so apparently this guy is pretty good. He ran like a 4.22 or something like that. Safety Drew Hartlob. So I don't know how he didn't get drafted, but it is what it is. And another Penn State player. It's kind of crazy. We drafted a Penn State player. We signed a Penn State player. We signed another Penn State player. Running back John Levet, something. If that's how you pronounce his last name. Boy, I butchered these names. And we got linebacker Aaron Mosby from Fresno State. And we got another linebacker, Isaiah Graham Mobley from Temple. Oh, what do you know? Another guy from Temple. He drafted a Baylor guy. And, of course, signing a Temple player. What are the odds with Matt Rule and his player connections? It's just so frustrating sometimes. And, of course, lastly, wide receiver Rashawn Henry from Virginia. And that is the last of the 12 free agent signings after the NFL draft. Honestly, it was a good draft. Despite not having 2 or 3 draft picks that we definitely needed. But I like this draft class. I think this is a good draft class in my opinion. We got the linebacker, we got the left tackle, we got a quarterback. But honestly, I wasn't really too thrilled with this year's draft class for quarterbacks because none of the quarterbacks didn't go through the third round. Sam Howell, which is my guy from UNC, we could have drafted him because he's literally from Charlotte. But anyways, I like Matt Corral. I mean, I'm not really sold on any of these quarterbacks this year, but he will be better than Sam Darnold. So yeah, that is the draft grade from the PFF Pro Football Focus. The Carolina Panthers had a grade A, so pretty impressive for this year's draft class. Another great draft class from Scott Fitter himself, keeping Matt Rule in a cage so he doesn't draft his own players. And so yeah, let me know what you guys think about this draft class. What do you guys think about this year's class? And of course, hopefully this year will be much more improvement in compared to last year's team. And the offensive line, hopefully, will do really well this year because they definitely picked up some great offensive linemen for this year's team. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. See you guys later. Keep pounding and peace out.